Good evening. It is officially episode 236 of the longest running episodic, whatever this is. I decided, just for fun, I would actually keep the numbering since we did manage to do it on a Friday. And it
Oh
should.
yeah.
All right.
hmm
So officially it counts. Look,
Yes.
even this guy's here.
Hey boys,
What's going on?
you guys
Yeah.
having fun?
Yeah. Gabe said to say hi.
Oh, I wish I could be there to say hi to everybody. And
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
definitely having some FOMO down here. But
Did your plans work out with Reggie Lemon?
tomorrow night, we're hoping to go out to dinner with Andy Moog and Reggie Lumlin. And
Who's we?
I don't know who
realistically?
Reggie Lemon is. I
Yeah.
only know
Reggie Lumlin, and Andy Moog. They haven't seen each other in a few years. Plus, Andy's been, it's public knowledge. Andy's been sick with cancer, but he's doing really well. And he's coming up to do a signing at a show. And we're going to get the old goalie tandem together for dinner tomorrow night. So Phil and myself and Reggie and Andy are going to go out to dinner somewhere.
Of
So
course.
there are a couple of
Love it.
comments. There are a couple of comments I want to get to. But before I do, so Amanda, if you're good, just give me a thumbs up. Good evening. How are you?
Turn it sideways, Amanda. It works.
Yeah,
Turn
you got to turn the phone 90 degrees.
But what if I want to be the one that's different?
You are different.
You are already.
Yeah.
There we go. Then you fill the screen.
Amanda, you understand. As a woman in the hobby, you are already different. You don't really need the phone being 90 degrees to really make that happen for you. But if that's what you want, that's fine.
We'll go with it.
Eric, when he started that statement, he started it with "as a woman." I thought, oh my God, he is going to explain something about being a woman in the hobby.
Man.
No, all I explained is already automatically that is different. Like, do you need more different? Like, is that not enough for you?
No, you're right.
That's all I'm saying. Like, at that point, like, I feel like we've passed the point that, like, you made your point.
Enough said.
I feel like that's enough.
Eric, we miss you.
I really do miss being up there. I got lots of FOMO. I've seen some pictures and whatnot, and it looks like everyone's having a good time. I hope everyone is, and I hope you find lots of good stuff. So as you may have seen, the FOMO got to me, so I went and threw myself off a cliff today.
Oh,
see, the thing is, Eric, that's sort of true, but you're still like physically there. Like, if you were doing this from the ICU, I would accept your statement.
a little bit more.
Thankfully, there was a smoother run out, and I didn't crash. But
Scandalous.
it was a big cliff, big,
Scandalous.
very big.
Now, I will say this: Amanda and I are actually staying at. See, Amanda's got the backgrounds going. Amanda and I are actually staying at the same hotel, and I will say, for the most part, I've actually been fairly pleased. This is not a hotel I've stayed at.
Got
before.
a suite, does she?
I don't know if she's got a suite or not.
Oh,
But all I'll say is this. I will say I've got a kitchenette over here. The problem is I don't have anything I can use it for, so it feels redundant. It feels like that actually would be pretty sweet. Eric, I need bagels is what I need. Like, I would love to toast some bagels. Like, I've got a toaster, man. Like, this is exciting stuff here.
The best part of Michelle coming up with me now, in the last couple of times, is that she comes loaded for bear, and we bring up.
She's smart.
Yeah. Oh, well, because she's in the hotel room working all day, right?
Yeah,
While I'm off playing with you guys, we come up there with a full grocery store for the 5 days that we're up there, and we got it all.
That's right. Because remember, Eric walked around the show last time with sandwiches in his backpack, like peanut butter and jelly, but they were like, it was like all warm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like he kept it under his arm, and it was like, yeah.
See, the thing though is so Eric, I'll just tell you a quick story. So my family used to go to Ottawa on a family vacation annually.
Nobody vacations in Ottawa. Anyway, go ahead.
My family does.
That's why I was saying that.
And we did it on purpose. And the thing is, we would go out to the golf course. So Carlos Sr. and I and my brother would go out to the golf course. It was fun. But we stayed at Minto Place Suite Hotel, and they're basically like apartment buildings. the hotel stay is actually set up like a hotel, like an apartment, because they would have the kitchenettes. Go ahead, Bobby. You want to say something about Minto Place?
No.
Yeah. So anyway, so we would stay there, and they would have the
Mentos.
kitchenette there, and you would actually they would actually grab groceries. They would grab groceries because you could 100% do it there in the kitchenette. You were set up like, look, I've got 2 burners over here. Like it feels wasted.
It's just for
Like I've got
posterity.
Carlos, if you want, I have a dozen eggs in my refrigerator right now.
Listen, I can make some scrambled eggs. I already had breakfast for
We already
dinner.
had it. Yeah.
I already had breakfast for dinner. It was fabulous. I
I
enjoyed
was
it. I
there.
appreciated it.
I was
It
there.
It was great. It was fantastic. It was
I
fabulous.
tried to make guesses and I was
Dinner was
wrong.
awesome.
It was wonderful. So good evening, Paul. Good evening, Zach. Just been waiting for this notification just so I can hit the like. Screw Eric. That's the spirit. Valid. Good evening, Ham.
Hey, Ham.
Don't be too rowdy and get a noise complaint that Jay Lee had last night with hotel staff coming in his room. And listen, that man's scandalous. Like, security should come in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Paul C says, evening all. And Eric.
Yeah.
Fair. Doug. Good evening, Doug. Happy Expo Friday night. Thank you very much. Someone got a haircut? I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I needed to be aerodynamic so I could move through the Expo aisles
I did
with
too, but
less
that was a week
wind
ago.
drag. See, man, it's all about the wind drag. I'm doing the sciences. So I
Mhm.
sit there and like I let the hair grow out to a certain point, but then prior to Expo, I get a haircut so that I can
Go
move
through
with
the
less air drag.
aisles. Yeah.
That's probably why I'm slow.
See, that's how it's done. You got to take your time. Eric drove a difficult bike trail. There is video. There is video. Good name.
Yes.
Great to see you all alive and in person today.
God,
So
to see
name.
your father and
So-
all you guys.
So name. If you are good, I will send you a link because you can face your aggressor, Eric.
Oh,
Like, so
yeah.
Name was with us. Name joined us downstairs while we were after we had dinner and while I'm having my beer. Name did join us, and Billy Cilio joined us, and we had a lot of different individuals. And Eric, let me say, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Hold on, let me make sure I do this right. I don't have all my screens, so I got to do this on one screen. So here we go. Eric, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable down there, but I need you to know that I'm not saying people plotted against you, but I'm saying people had ideas and they unsolicited pitched ideas to me. And I gotta admit, a lot of those ideas are pretty good.
Yeah. So entertaining them might be even better.
Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is by the fall, there might be a small army that has literally been conspiring for months by that point.
Yeah, having everyone who hates me all meeting together in a foreign country to plot against me is concerning to me.
Well, that's been going on lately a lot. So, anyways,
Yeah,
That's
all I'm
concerning.
saying.
I don't hate you, Eric. I wouldn't let them plot anything terrible.
Amanda had the best
You-
ideas of
she would-
all.
I was about to say she had the best ideas, I'm sure.
She's like, this will totally screw Eric, and then twist the knife.
Oh, there's something to that.
Amanda would giggle a lot.
I know her giggle. Yeah.
Possibly.
Listen, I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no, but I think it's
Mm-hmm.
important. Unfortunately, it wasn't captured on video, but I'm just saying there was a box
It's
break
called evidence.
where, like,
You'll get
listen,
that.
it was very nice box break that may have been provided by a manufacturer that turned out very nicely. I'm just throwing it out there. I may have witnessed it in person. I may have opened packs for it, and I'm just questioning things. Yeah, that's right. You see how Amanda disappeared? You see that? Eric, the fix is in. Hashtag rigged. Hashtag
Oh, yeah.
all the rigged.
All the rigs. Yep.
Good.
They had to do it in a foreign country just to make sure that people would know Eric. But I'm making sure they know. Eric, I'm not letting them get away with it.
It was a clandestine effort.
Mhm.
Oh,
See, Dan's right. Plotting against me in a foreign country sounds paranoid. Eric is very paranoid.
it's facts.
5% more tonight, too. Because he's
Taking
not.
attendance and food
among-
courts suck. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Can't speak to it. I will say, so I did record the video earlier tonight where I did the pickups, and Dan actually mentioned that it wasn't even my plan, but I ended up stacking up a fair bit of the vintage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of story behind that. I did outline it a little bit just to cover it, but actually it turned out pretty good. I was actually kind of impressed. I was like, all right, sure, I'll accept it, sure. But yeah, I will say that one surprised me a little bit. It was one of the booths there. Although I'll share the story with you. I did mention it to Amanda for sure. I think I mentioned it to Bobby. I forget or not. But one of the booths there. So BMW does a long series of booths, And
Oh, yeah.
at the end of their booth, so a lot of them seem to be empty this time
Empty,
around, and I don't
yeah.
know why. That part is confusing to me. I'm not sure why a bunch of them are just empty. But anyway, so at the end of it, there were a couple of cars, some vintage. But one of the booths, and it became the subject of a lot of hilarity for me. And if they still have it tomorrow, I will take a picture. If they do, the picture is they've got a little card on there, and on the card it says reasonably priced cards. Which, of course, the joke is, so then how priced are the rest of the cards?
Overly
If this is the
priced
reasonably
cards,
priced cars specific showcase,
Yeah.
then what's the other one? So that's where I got all these from it. And
The
they were, I
unreasonable-
will say, reasonably priced.
Yeah.
So that's
The
why I grabbed the
unreasonably
stack of them.
priced cards are on the other end of the table.
Hard to believe from BMW, but wow.
I will say, like, I went in there and Eric, let's just say, I didn't even bother to make a counter offer.
Oh
I just
no.
took the stack and I said, you add it up and here's the money. Goodbye.
Yeah. That's reasonably priced right there.
Correct. Yes. That's all I'll say on this matter for now. But I may say more down the road. I'm just saying.
Got you.
Good evening, Orlando. Zach says, I don't have time to come to Canada for an Eric hate meeting, but I'll blindly send cash if you need anything. See?
Oh, Jesus. That's too
Eric,
much.
don't you appreciate that you have some good love?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure my mother will send cash too if needed,
Oh, listen, Eric,
if she hasn't already.
Eric, I got to be honest with you. A lot of people talk about the whole economics of everything. It's like, listen, I could resolve a lot of these issues. All I have to do is tell them that I'm contributing towards against Eric, and basically the entire American economy is at my disposal.
Probably
I can have it all. I can have it all.
I could see that.
I've been offered Tesla, not a Tesla. I have been offered Tesla. I won't say who offered it, but I'm saying someone offered Tesla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Orlando says those are good cards. They tried writing on them. Yeah, for the most part, actually, they weren't bad. Like that's why I wanted to show. I'll do a better job showing the cards when I get home. I will say one downside. So just to be clear, so a lot of different hotels at the expo. So I'm staying in one of the hotels that's called the Element, and I will say, all things considered, here's my little quick Yelp review. Pretty good. I've been very pleased with a lot of it. Very good. A lot of it, can't complain. Like I said, the kitchenette, I wasn't prepared for it. Had I been, I totally would have brought some groceries because actually that would have totally worked out. That actually was pretty sweet. I wouldn't mind. But no complaints. The only thing I will say, though, is that the lighting situation, if you're a content creator, and I put that in brackets.
It's not good.
Like, I've got one light here, and like, here's the thing. I've got a light in front of me here, but if I did that, I'm overexposed. Like, it's too much. Like,
Yeah, that's way too much.
Like, it's too much.
That's perfect.
So I can't find the lighting situation that makes this work very well. Like, it's rough.
It's not good.
Yeah. Outside of that, like, look, and I got the game going. Like, I've literally got the game on the TV right above me.
Yeah, I mean, they're
So,
over here.
so I'm like, and I've got the desk here. Like, for the most part, it's not bad. But there's certain parts of it that's like, this isn't working. I'm confused.
I liked my stay there. I thought I'll probably stay there again next time around.
Yeah, so no complaints for the most part. Pretty happy with it. Now, if I end up here again in a future one, now I know. So now I can be like, okay, yeah, I'll make sure. And they had beer tasting on the first day I was here.
Oh, you know.
I was like,
I knew you were coming.
if you
I
insist.
like the restaurant. I think it's a nice restaurant for a hotel. I like it.
Yeah, so we were actually, so Amanda, myself, Name, and Billy in various configurations as we were hanging out, were actually watching the Washington-Montreal game. So I had actually cherry-picked the spot right beside the TV, so we had a good angle to watch the game a little bit while we were getting food. So it's a good spot, all things considered. But to be honest with you, and I'll just say this way, I've stayed at various hotels up and down Airport Road here, near the Expo, and most of them have been pretty good. It's, some of them are better than others, but for the most part, if you pick and choose your spot, okay, I think you do all right. But this one's not bad, and the restaurant down here is pretty good.
Any autograph guests staying there this time around, like last time?
I didn't see any autograph guests myself. I did see
Carlos,
a couple
Eric.
well, listen, the amount of autographs I've signed, I don't want to say 0, but I don't want to say 1,000, but it's between 0 and 1,000.
Yeah.
Strong.
Signing the bill for paying your meal doesn't count.
Oh, I'm not, Eric. Again, we have a conference here on hating you. I'm way more popular than you, and low bar, I understand, but I have autograph requests. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, I could see that.
Yeah, like low bar, I understand, but like Okay,
Yeah.
just saying. Say they knocked off a whopping $5 off a $100 card for me. Amazing, amazing. Day one pickup, you had some obscure baseball. I did, and I got that one from the Burrell. Indeed.
Oh yes.
Yes, yes. These are made for me to come to the expo in the fall. It's pretty good. So Dan, you got to remember, I'm pretty good at ferreting out. Like I said, I'm pretty good at ferreting out vintage baseball. You shouldn't expect it. It is there. It's definitely there. It does exist. You got to understand how to kind of filter through. But I've been to enough of these shows that I can kind of filter through a lot of the stuff that does not interest me. And Eric, I'm just saying, I found a card for Silly Card of the Week next week.
Oh, wonderful.
I found one and I took a picture on the showcase and I got this. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Yep.
My day started off with the text message, and Yannick's spending my money. So I've spent $50 at the show already, and I'm not even there.
What did he find for you?
A graded matchbook from 1980 of Bobby Orr.
Oh, nice.
Or graded matchbook.
I like that it's graded.
He offered me two, and I said I only need one. So I asked him to pick up the teal colored one.
Didn't want the pink, eh?
I just said, grab me the teal. They're both graded a 4. I'm like, I don't need two. I'll take the teal. I like teal.
Gotcha. It comes in like 7 different colors, I think. Those.
Well, I went to look it up on a certain app, and there's nothing there to educate me on that, so I don't know.
Good things are to come. That's it. If everything was there, it wouldn't be no anticipation to look forward to anything.
Scandalous. Truly scandalous.
And if I get one more question, is when you're doing your next book, someone's getting it tomorrow.
Wow.
Cold cock, bang.
Bang.
Yeah.
It's rough times. Paul here says, "Did you see anything that matched my Chippo the Clown purchases list?"
No,
Chippo the Clown
that
is
is
a
the
tough
most
one to
messed up thing ever. You're a sick human being. You're sick.
I typed in the wrong chat. Oh, is Paul not here?
Well, Paul's in the chat. He's not physically here. No,
Is he not at the expo?
he is not at the expo. Not that I'm aware of. No, I don't think so. There are some folks that will be here tomorrow, so I did get some messages that some folks will be in. So I was actually one of the things I was chatting with Amanda about was that this has been kind of, so I'll just say this way. This has been an unusual expo for me in terms of the configuration. The 4-day thing isn't unusual. That's normal. Day one, I was there a little bit later than I planned on, but that's not a big deal. It didn't throw me off that much. Today was a little bit weird in that
God damn it. Sorry, I'll mute.
It's okay.
Too late.
Too late. You already swore. And
Yeah, jeez. In this holy of holy places.
Hit rewind.
Lord. Good Lord.
I hate the Oilers.
Holy.
Fair enough. So anyway, so what I was going to get at is that the second day, usually I make a little bit more hay. I will say that I did have some success. So that's why I say the pickup video is good. I'm liking doing the pickup videos daily. I will say that I will take a little time tomorrow to summarize a couple of things, but I will share this now, but then I'll explain context a little bit more. I'll do a little bit now, but I'll do a little more later. So this is the game use piece.
Oh,
so
nice.
So that is from part of the nameplate. These are numbered to 6 because it's 1 per letter. So everything in Medano is included. So you get all the letters through it. So that's included. So great. Now here's the thing. The card itself I like. This card has actually been available at the same dealer table for the last couple of years, actually. And I've offered on it repeatedly. Now here's my issue. And I'll just explain it high level, and then maybe I'll explain it more later. But here's the high level. So it's been the same basically price point the whole time. I've offered on it several times, never been able to come to a deal. I did it again yesterday. And when I did it, I went out there and basically I think it was a $350 price tag on it originally. And then they basically wouldn't move off at more than $10. Okay. And I basically said, like, now I've looked at the comps, I've seen it over time and all that, and I know where I'm comfortable. But I said flat out, like, look, I'm looking at more than $300. I said $300, which, by the way, to me is still high, but whatever. You know, I'd like to take the card. So I said, they went over, did the whole song and dance where, one of the folks working the booth said, talk to the guy in charge, and said, fine. And then came back and said, no, I can't do more than the 340. We're pretty firm on it. Now, I know that's not true, but I said, fine, put it back in the case. So I had a conversation, and this is almost like the analogy I'll use. It's like a secret shopper thing. It's like I've had the same conversation multiple times. You guys don't want to move off it. Fine. So I speak to someone who I know, and they go over and they end up having a conversation. Yeah, very tall, very ugly shirts. Very ugly shirts. So goes over there, has a conversation earlier today, and you know what comes back to me? It says 280.
There you go.
And I'm like, and here's the thing. So I want to make this clear so that we're all on the same page.
So
Eric, I want to be clear about this. Dealers selling to other dealers is one thing. If you've done a lot of business, that's one thing. If you buy a bulk lot and the pricing is adjusted accordingly, that's one thing. All of these things make perfect sense to me. I have no problem with any of those things that I just said. None. But you do understand that if you're buying one specific card, I understand you may have a pre-existing relationship. You understand that it sends a message. The thing is, word gets around. In this case, what happened was the card was purchased for that price, and I paid the same price. That was less than what I offered.
Yes.
If you were just willing to deal with me, because again, you decided to be dismissive of it, but then at the same time, you ended up getting less money for it than if you had just dealt with me directly. So indirectly, I ended up getting the item for less than what I originally offered because you decided it wasn't worth your time, and then you took less money anyway.
Well, you have people.
I do. But it's still a bad thing, Bobby, that we shouldn't have to play these silly games. And it wasn't something that I explicitly went out to do.
The hobby is all about silly games. Are you kidding?
It is, but I'm saying that I didn't go out specifically to do that, but it still worked out that way. But I'm saying that tells me that you, the person that are not serious about doing business.
Yeah.
Because in the long run, the money spends. The money spends the same. So if somebody's offering you a legitimate offer on an item, you should at least be willing to be like, okay, maybe that should work fine with me.
I can't see that the marginal shift that they would have on that would be so tight that they couldn't do anything. It's Medano. It's not Gretzky. It's not nothing but Medano. I'm just saying, like, oh, we can't do that. We can't do. It's like, really? How much did you get that card for? Do you think they paid?
But in the end, the point is they did it though. The point is though that in the end they did it. So it's like it was just
not through you though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it just says that in the long run though, how much money have you left on the table though by doing it that way?
I don't think there's many circumstances where somebody knows somebody else and they go do that.
Yeah.
Not often.
Yeah. But
I made the guy charge more for the Bobby or the teal. Yeah, sorry. I didn't say that out loud. Yeah. Anyway.
So the thing is though that that card had been on that table now for multiple shows. So the thing is, when you don't sell the card, you get zero. So in reality, like at some point, you have to play
that much business that they don't care. It's
I find it hard to believe that in the long run that works, but to each their own. Eric, did you record a TikTok dance where you got the Bobby Orr thingy? No doubt.
I don't have the Tic Tacs. I don't know what that is.
The question wasn't did you post a TikTok? The question was, did you record a victory TikTok dance? And the answer is yes. He doesn't know where to put it, but it is recorded.
Oh, okay. I'll sign up for the Tic Tacs and do a dance.
Okay.
This is Northwestern BC living his best. Sorry, Northeastern BC living his best life. Josh says, I will arrive at some point tomorrow. I think Name and I need to arrange an in-person meeting in honor of Eric. Facts.
Yeah.
More people in the congregation.
Yeah, great. So Dumb and Dumber are going to get together and fight over which one's dumb and which one's dumber.
Do you need Name to take another pic? Do you need Name to take another picture with someone giving?
I already got the picture this morning. Another way to start my day. Real nice.
You don't have one with him and Josh giving you the middle finger.
And Tim gets in tomorrow too, so we could get the three of them.
You don't have a picture of the three of them giving you the middle finger.
I just may give me a heart attack and I'll just drop dead on my bathroom floor or something.
Is this meant to discourage or encourage us? Just so we're clear.
He wouldn't do it. He's got a meeting.
He's got a meeting.
a potential thereof meeting.
Indeed.
Is it like the 10% same as you were coming to the expo, or is it?
Oh
better?
well, now it's at 3.7%.
Okay. Yeah, there's still time.
You sound like Chris Carter.
Now, see, we're not going to expand because we're live. But if we weren't live,
Mm.
I'd express some feelings about what you just said to me.
Wow.
I,
Wow.
I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna get it, Amanda.
All I'm getting from you,
Eric, my Pepsi has got subtitles.
Okay, wait, hold on. I have a question. Serious question. Okay, so for the record, 3 out of 4 of us have Pepsi products here.
Yeah.
Oh no, 4 out of 4 of us have
4 out
Pepsi
of
products. My mistake. Correction. Please allow me to correct myself here. Okay,
Yeah, it's
so for the
it's
record,
5 banks, not 4.
so for the
Anyways.
record, Amanda has cherry Pepsi Zero. And by the way, I had a conversation downstairs with the guy in the concierge, and listen, Pepsi Zero is the correct option. And then Amanda was questioning that, and she's holding a Pepsi Zero product. So
Yeah,
in addition to the fixed, super rigged boxes that she opens, free from Upper Deck,
Oh,
I
yes.
have questions.
Carlos,
He does.
none of that's true.
It's totally true.
So
Some of it is in fact true, but
Oh,
go
it's
on.
true. It's so true.
I prefer Diet Pepsi, but I can't get Diet Pepsi in cherry here, so I have to go with the Zero. And if Pepsi wants to sponsor this podcast, feel free to reach out to Carlos.
Listen, if
think
Pepsi
we
was
just
sponsoring this
did.
podcast, we would reach a level of legitimacy that would put us right at the top of this hobby.
Basically, yeah.
Bobby, if I ever get Pepsi, screw Fanatics, screw everybody else. Like we're rolling.
Come on, organically, like all 4 of us are drinking Pepsi. Come on.
Give me that sweet Pepsi money, baby.
Pepsi, we're here for you.
We could wear Pepsi hockey jerseys. People would probably think we
It's
were
the
like
drink of the
Montreal
new
fans.
generation, Pepsi, and I will repeat that again if it's done.
It'll be
We
hot.
can auction off another Harrier jet because that went so well the last time.
Amazing.
Hobby
For the
Hall of
record,
Fame.
I'm in
Here we
favor of
come.
making sure Eric knows he's number 1.
Shut up, Josh.
I've heard of that Pepsi generation. What exactly was that? Listen, we're still in progress. Still working on it.
Yeah.
Could be any day now. But yeah, that was the thing that kind of struck me with that. And at the end of the day, happy to get the card, but I was also not thrilled. And the thing is, it's not the only dealer that I've seen that has kind of that issue, because some of these guys don't seem to content to actually sell these products. Oh, but if a dealer comes by that they have some history with and everything, suddenly they'll drop it. And it's like, well, guys, fine, but you understand that business is business.
Yeah,
Would you
but
like
you
to
lost
make business or not?
It just if you have the same cards on your table for sale, show after show after show, especially when they're 6 months apart from each other, you're doing something wrong.
No, you're just an Expo dealer. That's all.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. No mind.
Yeah.
No, there are some. So here's the thing. That's true, because there are some dealers here who I can count without exception. I will be able to go to their showcase and find the exact same items in basically the same configuration, show after show, and I'm just sitting there like, so do you want to adjust it? And I've done this. In some cases, it takes years sometimes for some of these guys to finally get off this price. And I'm just sitting like, guys, it's like, you understand that we could have done this deal years ago had you been willing to just get off of this. I guess it's just pride. Like, I don't know what it is at this point. Like, if you want to get, you're not getting the offer you're asking for. So here's the offer that exists on the table. Here is cash money right here on the table. I will slide it to the end and you can have it if you agree to the deal.
Has it ever come up on eBay? Like, how do the comps come in?
The comps on those
Most
ones,
recent,
it very much depends.
Is there a recent comp or nothing?
There isn't a recent comp. The issue, so for example, I'll use this one specifically. Sure. So the issue with this one is that it's a card technically out of 6. I'm going to say technically because it's a nameplate. So these are game used. So they actually take the full name, the 6 letters. It's out of 6 because it's 1 per letter. So each individual one is a 1 of 1.
Oh, okay.
So this one is 3 of 6. It's the D in Modano.
Ew.
So there is only one D. There's only one. There's a couple A's, but there's an M. But you will only get one of these, and you will only get one AM, et cetera, et cetera. So that's it. This isn't the manufactured version of it, because there are manufactured ones where they autograph them, but then you can make 50 of them for each letter,
Sure,
and that's
of
fine.
course. Yeah.
But this, 6. So each one is a 1 of 1 basically. So somebody else has 4 of 6, 5 of 6, 6 of 6, etc.
And how are you doing?
I only want one. I don't care.
I just want an example from that.
Yeah, I basically it
You got
interests
the
me
last
because,
letter. It's the best.
yeah, it interests me because it is a game use piece. So I'm happy to have one. Unless one falls in my lap for a super cheap price, I'm not concerned about buying another second. I'm content having just the one. One is enough for me.
Yep.
But there are some folks who really want to make the name. Listen, if somebody wants to make the nameplate and they're missing one, I will
Guess
accept a
who?
crap ton of money.
Oh,
You know
Or
that that $300 to 280 sure went up.
Yeah, it's like, I'll fix that. I'll add a 0 to the end of that shit.
Mhm.
It's no problem. Dan here says, Eric is right. I hate having a card last multiple shows. Yeah, if you're a dealer, I wouldn't necessarily want to shoot for that. That isn't a thing that I would want. And sometimes it's because you're looking for market, but sometimes it's you're just hanging on to it kind of as an ego thing. Because I'm sitting there like they also in the same table, they have a 1 of 1 Medano from the Cup, and it's the autographed patch, and they've got it for 1,500. And I'm just I think there's probably somebody, for the guys that were overpaying for the shields, maybe they would do it. I wouldn't.
Mhm.
But I've never even tried to make an offer on that one because we're already so far beyond where I would want to be on it. So it doesn't make any sense for me. It's a cool card, though. I enjoy seeing it every show because I'm going to see it at every show, and I've seen it at shows for years now. I look forward to seeing it next show.
maybe
With
you
probably the
should
same price
send-
tag on it.
It's like visiting it, you know.
send a
Yeah, I
tall
just
guy
visit.
with-
I go check it out. Hey, it's still there. Good to know.
Nice.
But maybe you should go send a tall guy with ugly shirts over to just question him, what the situation might be.
Everybody needs a consigliere.
Yeah, it's not working out for the Kings. So far, so 2-0 Oilers. So that's Amanda's not pleased.
I still think the Kings are going to win it. That the Oil, like I said before, I picked the Kings, and the Oilers are not going to win anything with their goalie situation ever.
How is
Wow.
my picks looking now?
I'd have to go back through them. Eric, do you have the picks? I know Dallas has surprised me. Dallas has actually surprised me that they won a couple overtime games. So I'm not unpleasantly surprised, but I was surprised. Not gonna lie.
Who
Real
lost?
quick,
I
I'll
mean,
read.
yeah, I mean, I have them right here, but I mean, we got to wait till the
Yeah,
series.
right now it's still early.
But
There's still a couple. There are a couple that have surprised me. Like I said, the Dallas one has surprised me a little bit. I've been
Who
surprised.
picked Dallas?
You did.
Okay.
God,
Anything else?
I hate this team. I hate Corey Perry. Ugh,
I hate Katy Perry, so there.
she's a lunatic.
Yeah.
You think?
Yes.
I mean, was she high during that entire space thing with her little flower and talk? I mean,
Eric, if you're paying Eric, so this is as much as kind of a down the middle take as is possible. If you are paying money for a vanity space flight that lasts a couple of minutes, you're high. I don't care what else you believe in. I don't care what else you're doing. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you have the money. Why?
she's a fruitcake, is what she is.
You just say Corey Perry, not Katy Perry. I just reiterated it as Katy Perry, and you went on a tangent.
Anyway, she's a fruitcake. I don't care. I stand by that. Anyway.
And how is Corey Perry then?
He's an ass.
He's
you go.
the kind
See,
of guy.
we got two asses. All the Perrys are asses.
Yeah, there you go.
Dan here says the 1947 Tip Top Warren Spawn for 10,000 is a card I visit at every big Midwest show. Fair.
Nice.
She kissed a girl once and liked it. Well, exactly.
I
Eric
heard
would
that
know
about her. I did hear that about her. And
Yeah,
that
the
was,
problem.
and I don't.
That's
and
when
I
Eric
would-
started doing research.
Yeah, I was like,
He's like, I don't know what that's like. What is that? That's
I-
crazy.
I was like, hey, maybe she's not that bad. And then I realized that she was.
Then you got no chance when she kissed a girl and liked it. So yeah. Sorry, Michelle.
Wow. This is why she goes to Flo Rida and hangs out with Ham.
I think so.
Paul says, "Did not have Katy Perry on which cloud is Eric going to yell at tonight bingo card?" Few do.
Ooh.
You just never know. You
I think
never know.
it's Eric's seething jealousy. He needs to take it out on somebody, and it's not enough. Like Eric, see, I will tell you one reason. Can I tell you one reason why? In addition to all the obvious FOMO reasons why you wish that you had been here, if only you had heard the scandalous anti-upper deck things that came out of allegedly upper deck related people's mouths. Horrible things. Amanda was privy to it. She's denying it very well.
Yeah,
right now.
I'm happy as a clam. I
Well,
love
yeah,
Upper Deck. Upper
listen,
Deck only releases quality products.
So that's an out of 10 parallel there, Eric, that came out of that one random influencer box that was open at the card show floor.
With the star on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing it out there. Just
Yeah.
saying. And then she got a sketch card in there.
Nice.
That's
Oh,
apparently a tough pull.
really? Huh.
Out
It
of
was a good box.
one random box, Eric. One box.
Just one.
It was a good box.
The
How many-
odds.
By the way, Amanda. So the sketch card is one thing, but that green card you have there that's out of 10, who had that in a pack?
Carlos pulled that one. So
I
technically,
did. Out of the influencer box.
Yes.
With the star on the bottom. I know.
The one
Yeah.
clearly labeled from Billy C
Yeah.
to Amanda.
I didn't get those from Billy.
So you claim.
No, you don't usually, do you?
Post-it note fell off. Sure.
Shut up, man.
Only thing I can think of is they're hoping for a single buyer to clear the table to traveling card museum. So it's actually funny. So I did see the folks from the repacks. So the what's the name of it? It's the one who does the regular repacks. They've got a booth set up at it. The name is escaping me right now. But there is a couple of repackers that are there fairly consistently, and one of them actually came by and purchased a nice group lot of cards from Steve's booth. Good solid chunk of cards in there. So they went through literally every single showcase. Grab one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these. So they still load up. They're still doing well on it. The name is escaping me right now, but yeah, for the dealers that have the inventory that they're interested in, you can do very well.
So
Move some of that stuff.
Steve put out a video of his table like he always does, and I slowed it down and blew it up, and tried to look at as much as I could. He's got some really good stuff again, as
You
usual.
can do that with Katy Perry also.
That wasn't a denial.
I don't need this. Okay, I don't need.
But that
her.
also wasn't a denial.
When's Amanda gonna go up in space? Okay, that's
The question I have
what I'm thinking
is,
about.
do you slow down the Katy Perry footage more than you slow down Steve's footage of a showcase, or less?
I was trying to be complimentary, trying to point out some of the really nice things that he has, but now I just go back to I just hate all of you.
Well, I
And
think
considering the attendance at the conference, Eric, the international conference we have, the
It is
anti-Eric
international.
conference.
It's on foreign soil, so I can't use American law against you. I know.
Well, I think after Hobbypalooza, I think they're doing influencers in space, so we'll see what's coming. And I think we have to vote. So
I'm
we'll
going
see.
with Amanda. Amanda needs to.
She get her vote.
I am not an influencer, sir.
Oh, what are you? Then?
Should we go find a cardboard box in that room, Amanda? Are you sure you're not an influencer?
I'm an enthusiastic community member.
That means influencer.
Ooh,
All right, hold on.
Eric, I like the coded language. That's very good. I like it. Hold on.
He's been working on that for a while.
That's
It's
really
been-
good. That's practice.
I am not an influencer. As she sits there with her own brand of T-shirt on.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I am not an influencer.
I'm not. I'm a retail.
No,
I have a website. I sell
just-
cards just like everybody else.
Just normal people just make T-shirts about themselves. Okay. No
Do you
problem.
talk about that?
I sell cards. I'm getting shrill. I sell
Yeah.
cards.
Right.
Mhm.
No problem. Okay.
I literally do have a website where I sell cards.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
Yeah. You're an influencer. You have your own
Do you
merch.
talk about those cards?
I felt inadequate, so I needed to compensate. Hold on.
See?
Oh, there we are. Carlos is not an influencer. No, he's just
Absolutely
a collector, a Medano collector.
Yeah.
You see the green in the background.
Thank
I'm
you.
definitely not an influencer. I have to wear other people's merch. So I don't have any merch.
Whose shirt are you wearing?
Oh, I got Sports World on.
Oh, well, you work there.
Yeah.
I actually forgot, Amanda. Tomorrow I'll give you a couple of my favorite coasters. I love my coasters.
I will happily take a coaster.
They're my favorite things. I got the stickers and I got the coasters.
Why are you always getting gifted coasters?
Oh, the coasters is a wonderful thing on levels. The coasters plays off a couple of things. It's thematically appropriate. There's more than one coaster maker in this hobby. There's one elite coaster maker, but I got a couple coasters.
Good.
So, Amanda, without naming any names, is our short friend, short skinny friend at the show?
Alex is currently in charge of him.
Okay, good. I'm just glad somebody's watching him. Good.
Yeah. We've been like handing him off back and
Oh
forth.
well, of course. Yes. I'm glad that somebody is keeping an eye on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. My favorite one. I don't know. We have to see about this, Amanda. We have to see what happens. However,
Well, thank you, Collector's Dream. I appreciate that.
Amanda, I co-sign on this because I think that's one of the best throw-ins that we've had yet. An enthusiastic community member. I appreciate that on levels. Speaking as an enthusiastic community member, hold on, enthusiastic community member. Let me use that.
It's an ICM, actually.
In your enthusiastic community member box, the box of enthusiastic community memberdom that you have, I did note the contents included one 2024 AEW box.
Oh,
it did. These are facts.
There was a lot of generosity today.
A lot of enthusiastic community. Let me tell you.
You sell cards that are given to you.
There's some enthusiastic community out there.
I'm in the wrong business.
They're the cards that I am given. I review and then I give them away as
an influencer,
as an enthusiastic community member, as an enthusiastic collector.
ICM. We'll just keep it at ICM.
Pepsi, I'm prepared to be an enthusiastic community member. Let's go.
Yes.
Eric, join us.
Pepsi can call me whatever they want.
Let's go. Let's get involved with our Pepsi.
Hobby Hall of Fame. Here we come.
That's what I'm saying.
With their sponsorship, to the moon.
Listen, with their sponsorship, I'll just buy the Hall of Fame. Fuck them. I'm gonna transcend above the Hall of Fame. Josh here says coasters need to be shaped like slabs. True. Coasters are the best. They're pretty good. The Man of Peace Chronicles. True. Coasters and stickers for the win. This cannot be denied. Thank you, Dylan. Good evening. But look, that's the reality of it is that it made me laugh when it was in there. Although, look, I will spare you all. I can't reveal all the secrets, but let me tell you, I was some words were, and Amanda, you can tell the truth on this. Words were said related to the 2024 AEW set, and words that of course I made fun of, but were hilarious in context. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Eric, I very much enjoyed that. Conversations were had.
Oh, I bet. And I'm sure you made friends and influenced people as usual.
Listen, Eric, this is how you know I'm not an influencer. I'm not here trying to be an enthusiastic community member. I'm here trying to be a man of peace and a man of truth.
Yeah. Right.
Enough said.
A lot of truth, no matter how much it hurts. There weren't denials. Eric, all I'm saying is the response, we're not denials. They're like, I'm not saying what he's saying is not true. It's just, I would rather not hear it. Those are two different things. Okay. So let's do this, Eric. So let's chat. By the way, chat, same thing. Is there any questions you have? Obviously, we've been having a lot of fun kind of poking around with a lot of the elements of it. I did show off the cards that I picked up on it, so it's been a good show from that perspective, even though it's been a little truncated, all things considered. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to take a little bit more advantage of. I want to be on the floor a little bit more. I'll try to take a little bit of pictures and video to give a little bit more context to what's going on there. I think it's been good. So, Bobby, let me ask you this question, kind of open ended, but Eric, if you have any questions or anybody in the chat, feel free. Here's my question. Um, Anything surprise you? Anything unusual about it? Or is it just kind of playing out kind of the way you expect for the first couple of days? Or how are you feeling about it?
Um, I was really kind of excited this time around. I was looking forward to finding something that I hadn't seen.
Okay.
Advertising piece, something different, maybe that I could enhance the app with, or what have you. So, no great surprises. Um, there was certainly no surprises in the price of the French dealers' items. It's really kind of funny. There was a 51 Parkhurst wrapper. They come in 4 different colors: purple, red, blue, and green. So I went by his table. I said, "Oh, that's a nice, interesting one. If it's at a reasonable price, I wouldn't mind buying it." So I said, "How much?" He goes, 5,000. I went, 5,000. $5,000 for a 51. It's cardboard. It's a cardboard wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so I'm at Wayne's booth, and a guy's making a sale on a couple things. So he picks up a graded PSA 5 wrapper. Or was it ISOR? I can't really remember. I think it was PSA. Anyways, he gets one. He goes, I go, "What did you pay for that?" He goes, $850. I went, "Good deal. Beautiful." The other wrapper wasn't great. Now, the colors don't mean any difference in value. So I'm sitting there. You have $850 or you have $5,000. It's ridiculous, And it's really funny. If my book or my app, it doesn't matter. If the guy selling it for 5,000 and my book says 2,000, well, the book's wrong. But if the book's high, it works in their advantage. Go, hey, see in the book it says this. Yeah, it's $8,000. Yeah. So anyways, I did see a lot of overpriced items. A couple great items, but just way overpriced. And so there was no surprises there for me. And it seemed to be at 3 French booths.
Okay. Seems fair.
But another French booth had some great prices, great stuff. So I was happy. And I did pick up.
Why don't you bring your secret weapon with you?
Who would that be, Amanda?
No.
Oh.
If you're going to a French booth, you got to bring your French secret weapon.
Yeah, it might have worked having Yannick. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see next time. I don't think it really helps because they're just silly any which way. And then they'll just justify it in French.
Well, as long as you justify in French. I'll read a couple of questions here. Josh says, have you seen AEW wax blow up prices? Since you clearly didn't get an influencer box like some people. These are facts.
Hey, shut up, Josh.
Yes!
So Eric, there's a reason I read this comment exactly as it was written, because I just felt like there's no way this doesn't work out the way that I wanted to. It was great. So Josh, I'm glad. Wonderful question. Thank you for asking. So answer is, I did see a little bit. He had asked me about a box. I haven't seen anything like that. I did see 4 boxes of 2022 Allure AEW, and I purchased them for the equivalent of about $50 American.
Oh.
So I was very happy with that price. I was happy to take it, so I did. I've opened one of the boxes. I pulled a couple of nice cards out of it. Nothing too wild, but again, at $50 American equivalent. I was telling with Amanda, says, I translated into American for the Americanos.
Thank you.
But
there was a lot of kilometers today.
At a 50 USD equivalent, which is basically a little bit more than a blaster box, honestly, these days, very fair, completely fine. For a hobby box, it's fine. I don't need to pull the craziest cards to be happy. So I've still got 3 more boxes to do, and I'm going to open those and I'll put them on the wrestling channel. So those will be on there. So I'll get a little bit, it'll be a twofer. I'll get a couple of videos for the wrestling channel, but and also I was able to get the boxes at reasonable. By the way, that's well below cost. I know what the cost was on those boxes. That's well below cost. So at that point, that dealer is saying, please take these away. And I said, I accept your terms.
They're dead to me. Take them.
Yeah. So the answer was I did find a couple, not a lot. There's a couple of dealers who are stubbornly clinging on, and I'm hanging around like a vulture. I'm literally waiting for them to give up. The moment they surrender to the truth and to the reality, I'll probably buy those boxes. But so far, I haven't seen too much. Some of the dealers are still being a little bit stubborn about it. And for some, kind of following up with Bobby's point, some of them are being stubborn. So now it's 2 to 1. Some of them are being stubborn as far as singles prices too. Some of them are like, because, and this is something we talked about on the podcast as well. I'm fortunate enough that in my collecting journey at this point, I don't really need anything. There's stuff that I might be interested in, but I'll be like, I want it at the price that I want it at.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say, like, sometimes it's just a principle thing. I don't need it anymore. So therefore, it's not this urgency. But at the same time, if I can get it at a price that I'm happy, a lot of these, a lot of that vintage is stuff that I already have. Some of these, though, might be upgrades to my set. So that's cool. But did I need to buy these cards? No. But the price was too good where I felt like I couldn't leave the table. I needed to buy these at the price they were at. I was very satisfied with it. I was like, yeah, I'll take these. Thank you. But that's where I'm at. If I see something where that wasn't even part of the plan, I didn't go in planning to buy those cards, but I saw them on the table and I saw the price and I said, I probably should. The 7071 OPG thing, which was part of my plan, hasn't happened yet. Doesn't mean it can't. So tomorrow I'll try to be a little bit more stringent looking out there, but it's not like they're rare. I literally saw multiple complete sets in multiple grades. So it's not like it's not out there,
Yeah.
but there was no urgency. But these, like I said, I accidentally stumbled on them.
That's always the most enjoy. I always love that the most. You know, it's like you're not really expecting to find something that means something to you, and you stumble across it, rather than I'm going to the show. Like, you know, say if I wanted a Ken Dryden rookie card, right, graded a 6. That's on every third table, right? So I don't. It's not really exciting when I find it, because I went there looking for it. I know I'm going to find it. Boom, there it is on the third table I looked at. To randomly stop in front of a table just because, or you're going through a box and all of a sudden something pops up, that's a lot more fun and exciting, isn't it? I mean, I always appreciate that more. You know, that's like a surprise. I didn't have a plan. I had no idea I was coming home with this, or that I was even going to find it today. So that's the fun part of doing all this, I think.
Yeah, I do find that the dealers, when they latch onto something they think that they have is good, they put a very, very high price on it because they know how hard it is to replace things, you know, that are of high quality. And I ran into a little bit of that. One thing I do also do is I try to bring some rarity so I can trade. So I can say, okay, I have this. I only have this much margin in it. And so I know I got some play. So I can actually offer them to 25% less than what they would normally want to pay. And I can average that against whatever item that I want. So they kind of go, okay. And you actually have a little extra little small things to throw them. And I made a few nice trades, very nice trades, where I had, you know, I don't know, $100 into something and I got $750 in value. So,
Sure.
but I have to do something with those things. So I have a lot of play with those items. So if somebody else is interested, you know, I'm going to have a good old day. But I did a lot of that this weekend. So I think the trading aspect was really good.
Yeah, I think that's a very viable strategy if you have the stuff for trading. I actually think that's a very viable strategy. It's a good way of getting a better deal because you can combine it with stuff you may not have as much into, get the value out of it on the other end, and then be able to get something that you're more interested in. I've seen some people use that to really good effect this week, because some of them came with some stuff on their end and they had that exact same idea. They said, okay, here's some items that I either already have multiples of, or I was able to get at a tremendous price. Therefore, fair trade value means it's actually a profit, but then it basically it lowers the price on the other thing, whether it's cash trade, whatever, any combination.
So it's win-win. You get what you want, and you'll also get rid of something that, you know, maybe sometimes get a little stale.
Exactly.
And it's nice to turn it into other things.
Doubles of.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I will say, kind of to Eric's point, some of the craziest deals or most interesting finds at Expo in years past were accidental. I literally was walking across the dealer table. Now I'll say this, and this is something maybe we can talk about more down the road. Because I'm so used to the configuration of Expo and a lot of these things, I don't spend as much time looking at tables as I probably should, to be perfectly honest. And I don't spend as much time looking through boxes and things as I probably should, because there's stuff in there. There 100% is stuff in there. I'm just don't have the energy or the bandwidth to do it anymore. However, one thing that has helped with that is that my eyes have gotten very good at ferreting out and filtering out the noise, that I can see, quickly scan tables fast and be able to quickly gauge. And sometimes I will literally see a table full of all kinds of stuff, and then I'll literally key in on one card. And that's happened all the time. I'll key in on one card that happens to be the one that is of interest. And it could be in a table full of stuff, even stuff that doesn't necessarily fit, but you'll just catch that one thing. And I've bought stuff off those tables exactly that way, just from practice, just from experience and doing that. But that's really practice. It's just you get so accustomed to being able to filter that you suddenly see, wait a minute, hold on, that's a thing I might want to, oh, that's the out of 10 version, or that's the gold version, or whatever. Like, your eye catches it in the sea of other stuff. So, name when you're good, you just give me a thumbs up when you're good on your end.
Oh
It's your favorite.
no,
Eric, we've got all your favorites here queued up for you.
I think the Expo is full of serendipity. So
Eric, not only was Name giving a thumbs up, Name was going like this. He was like, get me on there.
Well, now I'm ready.
I gotta talk to
Now I'm
Eric.
ready.
Wild. It's wild. Name, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Excellent. It's like it's been like an hour since we've seen you. It's wild.
No, so long.
I know, man.
All right. No, seriously, you having a good time, pal?
The worst.
Good. Good. I hope it's miserable.
It's awesome.
It's taken you all these years to get there. I'm glad that you're having a good time so far. What have you gone in with a plan, or are you just up and down the aisles, hoping something catches your eye?
Well, I was on a mission today. Mission didn't happen. So started just looking around after that. But I did find some 2-2 cards while I was there too.
Good.
He found some 2-2 cards there too.
Yeah.
See what he did there? See what he did there? So,
are you getting any autographs over the next couple of days?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Not here for any signings or anything. Just hanging out, taking it all in, see what I can see to add to my collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not set up at a booth or anything. I'm just hanging out, just a participant.
Yeah.
And
so Name, kind of your subheading. Let me ask you this question. So this would be a good one for you. We were chatting about that a little earlier tonight, but I think you've gotten the sense of it though. If you've never been, so I'm gonna take this. We're gonna take this on two opposite ends of the spectrum. Bobby and I have been to a billion of these things at this point. Like, it's ridiculous. Amanda has been to a number. Eric has now had a chance to be to a number. But if you have never been to one, it does throw you off. Like,
you've been to smaller shows, right, Name?
yeah, like I've been to like the Summit show in Edmonton, which is like a third of that or something.
For sure.
Not even, but yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
how does it feel? So this will be kind of this is almost like a national thing for a lot of folks where they've never been to one of these things, where because it's like, depending on scale, depending on what you go to, the problem, good or bad, is when I started early in my collecting journey, I went to expos years and years ago, 30 years ago, and they were still big shows back then. So I got kind of acclimated to it early. But if you've never been to one, so Name, how did you feel when you walked in the door though, and you're walking and you're like,
I thought it was cool.
yeah.
And I felt excited to have an opportunity to be there and look at all the tables and see what's out there. See if the tales were true.
And they are, or are they not?
They are.
Oh yeah.
Did you see all the wanted posters that happened where people were trying to find some bougie guy from Massachusetts, and they're like, if you find this man,
Everywhere. We were trying to tear them down, but everyone kept re-putting them up.
Yeah.
It was tough. But,
Yeah.
you know,
it is a legend, but not in a
Bob's
good
running
way.
around with the staple gun. But I'm tearing them down. Yeah, right.
the staple gun doesn't work on the metal pillars. But anyways,
Did you take my advice when it came to show what time to show up? Did you Or did you have to stand outside for an hour and a half?
We were like today we were about 15 minutes late, and then we went right in because yeah, weird things worked out where I got my pass last night when I wasn't supposed to, but
Okay.
so I just went in like the re-entry door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, special passes are definitely good.
Yeah.
But did you happen to, by any chance, especially on like the first day, did you see this legendary line? By any chance?
It was dying down by the time we got there.
Good.
Yeah. But I heard about it. Even like my friend Chad, who I went with, he said that the lineup will be huge. He's like, people line up like hours before the show opens.
Yeah. Like I said, unless if you're willing to stand in line, great. But get there super early and be one of the first like 25 people in.
Or be like a normal person and get there at like 11 or 10:30 and still have a lot of show.
Yeah. And then
or even be Eric, like a hobby go to get there at 2 p.m. after you've had lunch. Like, honestly. What are you even doing?
Or you show up before the show even opens and get the whole place to yourself.
That's for peasants loiterers, Eric.
No, that's
for vagrants that are hanging around.
No,
there's people living in the tent, city outside. Like, that doesn't count. It's not a thing.
Getting there before the doors open, like an hour before the doors open, and get the whole place to yourself, and dealers are willing to make deals and sell stuff to you. It's awesome.
Eric, you collect Boston Bruins. They would make a deal for you in the middle of the night in the back alley. Like that what are we talking about?
I don't see why you got to be so mean.
I see many reasons why I got to be so mean. It's a name. Look, Eric just doesn't appreciate my truth telling. All I'm doing is just telling him the truth.
All you do is tell the truth.
Name has gotten a chance to see it in firsthand, and again, he got to witness at a table with myself and theoretical upper deck representatives who remain nameless. Just theoretical, hypothetically. All I did was truth say, and being a man of peace is what I do.
Sometimes, name, you have to just walk away.
Yeah.
Just fade into the crowd and just disappear like an action movie,
Yeah.
Or you could just sit there and try to stifle laughter as you just enjoy the performance play out.
Slowly back off into the crowd and just vanish, like Kaiser Soze, Just
or you bring out the phone and take video. because honestly, it's like a stage show that just plays out on a regular basis. You may as well just enjoy it. Hold on, let me hit record. Hold on, guys, let me hit record. Hold on.
My other question for Name is, how are you enjoying? Now, hopefully, no one from home's watching this right now, but how are you enjoying the peace and quiet and time to yourself? I mean, you have 48 kids.
It's okay. I'm used to it. I'm used to the chaos, but yeah, it's a little quiet.
Yeah. Except there's 8,000 kids running around that place.
Yeah.
I
don't have to tend to any of them though. So that's
nope.
One or two.
Don't give a kid. Look at that kid running with scissors. You go, kid.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Well, as I was going to say, like, they're not his kids, so you can let them run amok as much as they want. It's like, you know what? Not my problem. None of this is my problem. This is great.
Yeah.
Eric, I picked up some of your fun stuff.
Oh,
those are so cool. I love those.
What? No.
You need that one. That's the last one.
No, he needs this one. No, he doesn't.
No, I need that Toronto one.
Do you really?
Yes.
Even I know he needs the Toronto one.
There to look for them.
Heard the price.
I thought you only had California left.
No, Toronto and California.
So, Bobby, is that why you told me that, hey, Carlos, can you take this ashtray and like eat a mayo sandwich on top of it?
That was, we
that
were
what you were
splattering mail
about?
on it.
Because it seemed like, Bobby, I got to be honest, without context, it seemed like an odd request, oddly specific. I was trying to figure out why that was a thing you were asking for, but it makes more sense now.
Eric, you have bad friends.
Eric doesn't have friends.
I just got a text message. I posted my pickups, and I bought a set of the 1967
All right, hold on.
expansion.
Let me zoom in, Bobby. Hold on. Let me zoom
Sure.
in here. Okay, go ahead.
I picked up this 1967 expansion gumball rings. So of all the 12 teams that came in 1967, well, the 6 others. So those are all there. I just got a text. Hey, you want to sell them gumball rings? I went, we'll see. I'll get back to them. That's that's basically. No, I've actually picked up one other thing. It was really kind of cool, and might be surprising, but I did pick up.
No, get out of here with the
Ooh.
spoilers business. Oh, it's Houston. Okay.
Yeah, it's Houston Oilers, but it's the original bit
Sorry,
with the original hanger.
Triggering.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Warren Moon,
That's
baby.
really nice.
Anything that's still in its original package or stuff like that is gold. So I was
Impressive.
happy. Not bad
Impressive.
for what was it? $24, $25, $100 on eBay, probably something like that. I don't know. Maybe
Pretty good.
200.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, people like that original stuff. If they're the a leaf collector, oil collector, whatever, anything original package is very in high demand. Actually, it's not the item itself. Nobody wants an old used towel. It's like a guy goes, "Hey, I got this blanket, trying to make a blanket I can give to you," and I went, is it new? No, but it's pretty nice. I went, no, because I think of the things that people do on the couch, just sitting there,
Yeah.
and I no.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got the tag, yes. Okay.
Mhm.
When it comes to blankets and pillows, yeah, it's got,
Amanda, if you find a Toronto Maple Leafs ashtray, would you please purchase it for me?
Okay, I'm gonna try to find one with Bobby.
Okay, we'll go looking.
Well, you already have one. So
Who?
can we have that one?
So 2 mayonnaise?
I thought you were
sandwiches?
being facetious, but you're just being
Two?
Amanda. Okay.
Interesting.
I need.
No, Eric really needs that one.
Okay. Yes, I understood that. Yes.
Yes. yes, I understand that.
I
I
get.
hate every last one of you people.
I get
Name. We're sitting here trying to be nice, trying to help.
No
Name,
one's
so we're all on
trying
the
to
same
be
page.
nice.
We're here trying to help Eric get his little ashtray so he can complete his little ashtray collection. And then Eric is sitting here complaining.
Well, he'll still need one more.
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that would be a tough one. I only thought he would. I didn't know he needed this. I really didn't. Oops.
Name, if one didn't know better, one would say that Eric is ungrateful swine. Truly
One-
ungrateful.
Yep. One
Yeah.
could say that.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
More than one could say that.
It's kind of rough. Amanda, let me ask you a question. So in the meantime, while you're cursing the Oilers, let me ask you a question for you.
Ooh.
So obviously you did acquire a box of stuff that is totally not influencer box based.
Right.
Totally not. We would never even question such a thing. But let me ask this question. So in the course of what we're doing at the Expo right now, so are you on the lookout for anything singles wise? Are you actually looking out for some stuff?
Other than
Obviously,
men.
you've done some business, but is there anything that you're on the lookout for
She
singles
laughs.
wise?
Mommy.
She's giddy tonight.
No, part of me wants to strangle you for asking that, but I enjoy you, so.
Oh, good
Scandalous.
enough.
Truly scandalous.
It was certainly out of innocence because I don't know your status. I was just making.
My status.
I don't know.
I think I didn't look at anything. Well, mostly because I was carrying this huge box of boxes.
Well, so Amanda, the
I
reason I'm
saw
asking
that.
the,
Yeah,
Amanda,
the
the reason
influencer box. Yes.
I'm asking the question.
I mean-
the reason I'm asking this question is because I know that you were carrying out your completely, totally not influencer box rigged. I know that.
She
But I'm
had
saying,
her arms wrapped around that pretty tight. You know that.
With all that stuff, look, occasionally I was able to get it out of her hands because
I
she was
only
trying to
let
greet
Carlos
people
hold
with
it,
a
like,
box.
twice.
She was trying to
Like-
greet people with this box, and I'm
it
like,
was like
well, why
hi,
don't-
and I had to go
I'll take
hi.
the box out of your hands for 5 seconds so you can at
Oh.
least address me.
Yeah. I have, so hopefully tomorrow I'll look for singles. I didn't bring a list or anything. I did ask a couple booths, like Hit 'em High. I always check to see because he knows that I collect Jason
Josh.
Ellison and Dubois. He didn't have anything for me. So
Mhm.
I'll do my Dubois sweep tomorrow and see.
Gotcha. Good.
No, I just thought I'd ask because we can briefly touch on this as a quick mini topic, real quick. So one of the things that I think, obviously, name is in a different situation because this is the first time out at the expo. But if you do get a chance to go to multiple expos and you are going to go for multiple days, and this is a distinction. Bobby's one thing because he's looking for certain specific things. So the early bird gets the worm. The earlier you're able to get stuff, the better. So that's one category. But for somebody like in my category, there's still potential to get stuff throughout different days because some of the stuff will, again, some people are not being reasonable with their pricing. Some people you have to fight them on, and it may take days. But I find that I take different days to do different things. Like today was kind of a shorter day for me, but I dropped off my ComC thing, took care of that piece of business. I knew I was going to do that. Like literally, I brought the box and threw it in my bag specifically to drop it off. I had a couple of minutes to chat with Barry from ComC, took advantage of that. But that was one thing I wanted to do for sure. Normally, I get some stuff graded. If I do, there's a day where I'll drop that off. The ship my cards thing, they had some cards for me. On the first day, when it was quiet, I went over with nobody else around. I went and got my stuff. Boom. That was one thing I took care of. So each day has like its own thing. I'm still looking for stuff all the way throughout, but I know that each day I'm in no rush. I don't have to do everything in one day. So I can actually break it up into a couple pieces and get, all right, I got to go see so and so about this. Tomorrow, there's a couple of folks that are coming on Saturday that are not coming other days. So like, hey, Carlos, when you're there, can I message you and we'll sit down and have a beer? Well, so I know that I'm probably going to be sitting for a bit, hanging out and chatting. So I got to kind of space out the rest. So I kind of break it up. I take all the stuff that I could potentially do and I break it up over multiple days. So I'm not worrying about trying to do everything in one day. That's something that I think a lot of people don't think about if they are going to attend for multiple days.
That's true.
You
Now that
may
you say
want to
that, I
break it up a little bit.
realize, like, I realized that today, before I was blessed with the enthusiastic community member box,
Oh, totally.
I do have the same two non-sport booths that I always check, like, immediately as soon as I get there.
Mhm.
And I did
Sure.
do that this morning.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I think that's
Actually,
a
I
legitimate
talked to
thing.
the owner of Ship My Cards. I had about a 10-minute conversation with him.
Mhm.
One of the best things I told him, I says, I don't use Ship My Cards. Sorry. I said, I use Schwartz. He goes, yeah, I don't know that company. I said, my friend Jason Schwartz. He looked anyways. So,
Ooh,
yeah.
Carlos, are you going to talk about the Veriswap drama at some point?
Well, I know a little bit about it. You mean specifically the issue they have with insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
So
selling insurance there. Did you see that?
at the show.
There was a booth there with some.
Oh, I'm sure the collector's insurance. Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple of places that will do it.
It's
Like,
the first time I've seen insurance set up there.
yeah, here specifically at a booth is a little unusual, but I'll just touch on this briefly since Amanda brings it up. I think it's a fair point. So Veriswap obviously is a sponsor of a lot of things in the hobby, floating heads. So anyway, so the thing is, not that we would discuss that. We'll never discuss that. But the thing is that they obviously are with Geoff Wilson in addition as well. And there's a lot of, they've got a lot of penetration in terms of a lot of sponsorships in that. But the tricky part is it's still a trading, selling platform. And they try to play it as if they've got a certain amount of additional security built into it. But at the end of the day, you're still kind of at the mercy of whatever the platform will do to help you. So if anything happens, then it can be problematic. So apparently the big scandal is that somebody had an issue. Their cars got lost or whatever it was. I forget the specifics, so I apologize if I don't remember all of them. But
So I
I
think
know
it was like a $5,000 card that was insured for $100.
yeah,
That
exactly.
happens.
So when something happens, then the only thing you've got in your back pocket is, will the platform back you? And I guess the guy kind of ghosted, and obviously that didn't work. But enough pressure comes on, and suddenly like, yeah, we made good on it. It was like, well, yeah, sure, after the fact.
Yeah.
But some people got blocked for questioning it, and
Yeah.
such things. And
Really?
yeah, for sure. It's the maybe I'll do this high level. All these companies in the hobby, if they don't have enough financial backing to really be able to backstop something, for better or for worse, all of them are at the mercy of like, it's not even whether you trust the people or not. The question is like, are they somebody who can disappear when the time comes? Because it's very easy for a lot of people to disappear one time. And a lot of people get away with a lot of stuff. So I didn't touch on it because we were in the middle of a conversation. But one of the comments here, Zach mentioned, backyard grant is back. So without like high level, the backyard breaks thing with backyard
Yep.
grant was this whole big thing. Whatnot was in a lot of hot water with a lot of folks about it. And at the end of the day, Whatnot is still there. They're still doing their thing. And they brought backyard grant back. And it didn't matter that he said anything. It didn't matter that people didn't like it. It didn't matter. Nothing. And by the way, every 5 minutes I go to Rattle Pokemon, there's a Pokemon Whatnot seller that's scamming somebody, ripping somebody off. Whatever. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. And Eric is still there on Whatnot buying everything.
No,
When will it end?
I deleted the app and I'm not going back.
And then you bought another phone and installed the app on the other phone, and then now it's off the races.
You really think Eric could handle a second phone?
Well,
No,
his first
Eric
one's a
lost the
flip phone.
first. The problem, man, is that Eric lost the first phone and then got a concussion. Thought he had never bought a phone, bought a second phone, and installed what app on the second? Went on the second phone.
I could see that as being possible.
Just saying. Basically, what he spends on the like button, which is a lot. To be clear, it's a lot. But he's basically personally bankrolling backyard breaks.
I am?
Yep.
That's not.
You should really look at those bills, Eric. Before you accept the charges, you should really start looking at the bills.
Name, are your feet sore today?
No, I'm good. I thought they were going to be, but yeah,
Day 2 is upon you. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Or it will be
it
soon.
was okay.
Actually, Bobby,
Wow.
you know what's funny? Since you brought that up, I was talking to a dealer. I was randomly looking through. I only had a couple of minutes where I actually was looking at dealer tables, going booth by booth and looking showcase by showcase. So I walked by one of the dealer tables and I was just looking. I had asked about a card and the guy gave me the price, and I wasn't too interested at the price he was asking at. I wasn't going to fight him on it, but it was fine. So I looked at it, and he was just sitting down. I was like, man, my feet are killing me. I should have picked different shoes. And I literally ended up having about a 5-minute conversation about comfortable shoes.
Oh, no.
God.
You went there.
It happened. No, he brought it. He went there.
Yeah, but you
I just said,
answered
you know
him.
what? I'll play it. Listen, I'll play along for a couple minutes. Sure.
Well,
Like
we
for
are
5
well
minutes.
informed.
Yeah, for 5 minutes, I'll play. Listen, apparently, look, Eric, I've been told that in these as expo goers, as big convention goers, we need to be pros on the comfortable shoes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we have to
expertise on the
provide
comfortable
that knowledge to the less fortunate.
shoes. Mhm.
Yeah. It's,
So I
very
spoke to a
tough.
dealer who was part of the unfortunate that did not make correct shoe choices.
My feet are never the issue. It's my back, but I already have pre-existing back issues. But it's standing a lot with my back really becomes a problem after a while. But I've never had to stop because my feet hurt. That's never been an issue.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, alas, this dealer was stopped. His lack of appropriate shoe wear stunted his ability to continue.
At least they had
rolling up and
carpet
down.
through the aisles, which was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helped
was
a
nice
lot.
to walk on.
I would say that's where Steve and those guys were. They
Yep.
literally got carpet for their own booth.
Yeah. Well, we rolled out the red carpet for you there, name. So
Mhm.
they normally don't
I
have.
felt the love.
Amazing.
For sure.
Amazing. So why don't we do this? So I wanted to have a little episode where we talked about it, wind her down. So real quick, here's what I want to do. We're going to finish off with this. If there's any last comments or questions, throw them in the chat. We can do that. Is there, obviously, name or I already showed off a lot of the cards. Bobby showed off a couple. Does anybody want to show off anything they picked up? Does Eric want to seethe in jealousy? Because I'm good with that. Just throwing it out there.
I can.
By all
Oh,
means,
please
All right. Yeah. So I didn't exactly find what I was looking for, but I did find something that I was not expecting to see. So this first thing that I got here, this is a postcard. This is from 1985-86 Toronto Maple Leafs. And I was actually walking by a booth when we were on our way to another booth, and I saw one of these, one of Dan's teammates' postcards, and I stopped and I was like, oh, I wonder if Dan's postcard is in there too. So I stopped and I flipped the postcard back, and the next one was this one, and it was $3, and it's even autographed. It says best wishes, Dan Hodgson. So these are really, really hard to find. And when Dan was in the NHL, he
And
never
signed.
did get a hockey card, but this was as close as it got when he was with the Leafs.
And signed. Wow.
Yep, $3.
So the odds of you finding it are one thing, but having it signed is actually about as hard as that too.
Yeah, I was stoked. I
yeah.
couldn't stop smiling for a while because it was just like happenstance that we kind of took a like second break there. I saw the card, the postcard, and I flipped it over, and then this was right there.
Serendipity. There you go.
Yeah.
If memory serves, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but isn't he your cousin?
He is my cousin.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So that's why I
Eric hates him too.
was happy about that.
I do now. Yeah. If he's related to you, I hate him.
Yeah. Well, those feelings are mutual. He doesn't know you, but I'm sure he hates you.
I was gonna say,
But he
just in
hates you too.
general.
Yes.
There-
He will hate you when he meets you. Yes.
That's fair. Most people do.
Yeah.
Is that all
And
you
then
picked up, name? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go.
Later in the day, I picked this up. This is 2011-12 Ultimate Collection Leyland Irving Ultimate Debut Threads 4 color patch out of
Oh, that's
100.
nice.
Yeah,
That's a good patch
really
on
nice.
that one. That's a good patch on that one.
That's game
Yep.
used. Game used name.
Where's the fourth color?
No, red, yellow,
Gold.
white, black.
Oh, the white's in the middle. I thought it was part
Yeah.
of the card. Sorry.
Yeah.
Name, are you watching the game?
Yes, I'm distracted. Not
Not
happy about it.
I
But
was
yeah,
like,
no,
one
this
of the
is,
advantages of having the big old TV directly above me is I can see it, and I was wondering, how long will it take Amanda to make reference to this? I'm curious.
Yeah. And he's saying you biatch.
Yep.
That's
You
okay.
can't see you can't see my lips moving right now, but they're moving. Oh,
There-
but
there's
yeah,
a-
this is event used hockey memorabilia.
Okay. Very
So
good.
it's event used. It's not game used.
Yeah, it's event used.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, that's all I
some
got
solid
today.
Pickups. That's some
And
solid pickups.
I am working on a Jordan 22 card, working on a deal for it, and probably finalize it tomorrow.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, we chatted on that one briefly. If it should come to pass as planned and expected, that'll be a good one. So we'll leave that as a surprise. We'll leave that for name to reveal, if and when that comes together. So let's finalize on this. So hopefully everybody enjoyed. Wanted to do one. Consistency. Amanda was telling me earlier, like, Carlos, you got to go live. Consistency. She was stringent on this. She's an advocate for the consistency.
Because every Friday I have to go live, so
And listen,
Are you going live later?
no.
I didn't think so.
No.
You're in the
I
wrong time zone,
I use Amanda's podcast as inspiration to me for
yeah.
consistency.
Eric, do you know what I'm taking away from this expo?
Please tell me.
Carlos is mean.
Oh,
You had to go all the way to Canada to figure this out.
He's mean.
Yes. He
Mm.
thinks he's funny.
The man.
Anyone that has to like talk about being a man of peace that frequently,
Yeah, he amuses himself greatly.
Mhm.
So name the best part
It
is
is kind of entertaining though.
the best part is that they don't realize that my saying the man of peace is really like literally just twisting the knife. I know full well I'm doing like no, that's like just give it an extra twist, just a little more.
that's all right. Wait till I figure out how to warm handoff yits to him tomorrow.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I don't see
Remind
why you
me, I'll
guys think, I
videotape
don't see
that.
why you guys think this is going to be this big amazing thing for you. It's like, oh, you're the piece of shit. It's like, yeah, you should see
No,
what they
he's
say about
not.
you. You suck. You're
He's not.
trash. My
He's
God.
not a piece of shit.
They wish you were dead.
No,
Oh
we
my
don't.
God.
No.
I think they say about you. You should hear
That's
what Eric
why-
says.
That's
He
why we keep
speaks
an
with
eye
his
on
mother
him.
with that mouth. Oh my goodness.
He wouldn't believe that.
Mhm. You
I
don't
can't
know.
believe you guys would say such things.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It's appalling. And they call you Carlos. Come on.
Like, honestly,
It's mean.
by comparison to you people, I'm a man of peace.
They didn't make a movie called Mean Boys. They called movie about girls. Mean Girls.
There's a
Yeah.
poor boy who you're sitting there and you're going to send him to me so that I tell him all the horrible things you people say behind his back when he's not listening.
None of that's true.
It leaves us. We have to do it. You know.
It's okay when
Left to
I'm
us.
done having that conversation. Listen, I can sound very sincere when the moment is right. Oh my God, Amanda said that. Oh my God, Eric said that. Yes, and I couldn't believe it.
The
I don't
sincerity
even
in his
know
face
you.
alone.
I don't even know you, Yitz, Bits, whatever your name is. I don't even know you, but I can't believe they said those things about you.
Oh no, we love him.
Passion and sympathy.
He's a special little boy.
Yeah.
Eric said he feels about you the same way he feels about mayonnaise. And I was like, oh my God, there is no greater horrible thing he could say.
Yeah, that would be bad. if I
My
said
goodness.
I know.
So,
The things we
on
got to go
that
through.
bombshell, Josh who says, Carlos is honest. Is that making me? Apparently, being a truth speaker.
Yes.
Name. I can't believe it. Name.
Peace and
Like-
truth. They're the same thing.
I'm here speaking truths. And Amanda's like, oh, Carlos is mean.
But he can't cook because he has nothing to cook with or for.
Well, I plan to cook with, but I don't have the ingredients. I got no ingredients. I got a kitchen and no materials.
You can go get some eggs from Amanda.
I
You
might have
already
to. That
have
might be it.
eggs.
It might just be all scrambled eggs tomorrow. Might just be
Yes.
scrambled eggs. Good evening, Jeff. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. So that's it. Hopefully you folks enjoyed, had a little bit of fun with it. So we will, I will have more videos up on the channel. The plan tomorrow is to see if I can get some more stuff done. Amanda, before you go, from the one unofficial box that was not opened live on camera, do you want to share the highlight? You did flash the 1 card out of 10. Do you want to quickly show the card that came out of that box? There were some good cards that came out of that box.
Wait, what? I showed the 1 out of 10 and I showed the sketch.
Yeah. I just didn't zoom in, so I
Little
showed some of the cards.
flash.
There. So if you want to
Oh,
show
oh,
a couple of them,
We
you're
need to
welcome
put
to
you
do so.
on the air in your
Yeah,
advertising
you've got a couple
shirt.
there.
You know it.
I don't understand how, like, you guys are not nice, but like somehow you're endearing at the same time.
That's isn't it? Yeah.
It's practice. It's a very practice trait. So there's the sketch. There's
So
the
this
sketch
is a
there.
sketch
That was
card from Marvel Matriarchs. This was
That
a Billy Celio built set.
Of course it is.
This one focused on female characters, which sounds weird after I say that this is a Billy Celio. And then
Well,
this is what Carlos pulled. Carlos pulled the woman dressed as the bunny out of number 9 of 10. Ooh, there we go.
Just put it in the center there. Yep. So those are, I didn't actually realize, I knew the greens sometimes are numbered out of 10. I didn't know anything about the set, but when I saw it, I was like, okay, that seems like it's good. Seems like it's the parallel to that one.
That's the only box that we've opened so far.
there'll
I gotta
be
get
more
more.
big pulls to come, I guess.
So one box. So Eric, 1 box opened, and had a card out of 10 and a sketch. How fancy!
Yes.
Just super fancy there.
It was a very lopsided box.
Yeah.
1 for 1, Eric. 1 for 1.
We'll see what the
So
other.
the rest of them will probably have absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Sure. Mhm.
Yeah. So I already told Amanda I'm looking forward to when the AEW box gets open. Well, we may have to talk about it. We may have to see if that one gets on camera. But I'm just saying, when you open the AEW box and it has 1 of 1 autograph, 1 of 1 autograph, 1 of 1 autograph, 1 of 1. Where were these in the rest of the print run? 1 of 1 autograph, 1 of 1 autograph. Hey, that's crazy.
How
Isn't
about
it
that?
amazing?
It's wild.
No, that was beginner's luck for this.
Uh-huh.
For these.
Because she's never opened a box of anything before. Beginner's luck.
It comes out of that fancy special cardboard box that Upper Deck provided. How interesting. Anyway, so Josh says, what's the food-based
Wow.
insert in that set? Listen, there should be a food-based insert in that set.
Oh yeah, you know what? They don't let him do that in Marvel that I can think of.
I would like to see them
Weird.
try. I think that'd be kind of fun.
I'm trying to think if there's anything shaped like a cheese wedge or because I pulled a McDavid that has like a wedge of cheese in the background, and
Or was it shaped like a wedge of cheese?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, those are the best. Yeah.
Those are something.
So Eric, I was saying earlier today that it would be funny if, in the spirit of #rigged, if they just ignored all pretense and Amanda opened a non-sport thing. It's like Gretzky auto. Why is this in here? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, why is there like a Gretzky 1 of 1 patch auto? Like, what is this?
A crossover on the production line. I have
Just
no
in
idea.
some random non-sports set. Like, it's, yeah, here you go. Whatever, go for it. Gretzky patch autos, go for it. Yeah, sure.
With the redemption to meet him and take in a hockey game with him, and
It's all there. Whatever we can. What more can we do,
Move
Eric?
into
What
his
more
house.
can we do?
oh, that reminds me, Eric. Ken is here with Pastime, of course.
of course.
And in May, he's doing a VIP signing with Mike Madonna. So I'm gonna need you to start setting aside some bail money for me. I'm
Whoa.
going.
Whoa.
Well,
I'm going, and I'm gonna get arrested.
Mike Madonna is coming here locally soon.
Is he really?
He is. I just found out. So he will be coming to this area. So if you want to come visit some of your family, I can give you the dates.
That wouldn't be bad.
So Eric, normally I wouldn't bother with this, but I'm just going to say this on the record. If Medano's going down there, I have one inscription that I want.
Wow.
No, I do. I want Mike Medano to acknowledge what we all need to know, and I want this in an inscription. And I'm saying it out loud now so that if it happens, you all know. I want the inscription to read, "Mornings are for peasants." That's all I wanted to say. That's it. Mornings are for peasants.
Serious. Eric, I thought it was going to be something serious, and he was going to have to be nice to you for a minute. I was excited.
No, Eric. Eric.
You don't know how serious that is.
You know how passionate I am about the statement.
I am well aware.
It's like I back up my words on this. I don't pretend. I'm not a poser.
I don't know if I'll have any access to him, but I don't think I want to ask him that.
Oh, I think you do. Look, it's either that or you ask Zombie Ray Bork about the brains.
I think he's here, isn't he?
He is.
We could ask him about brains?
I kind of wanted to see Eric Lindros today, but I missed it. I wanted to see how he's holding up.
Oh, he has had a lot of concussions.
He's had
more than Eric.
He's had worse ones than me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
True story. Anyway, all right. So on that bombshell, we will leave it be. We'll figure out the rest of it. So more stuff coming up. There will be a couple more videos related to the expo. I will do if there's any more pickups, I'll do pickup videos related to that, and then I'll probably do some kind of decompress, sit down and think about the different days, all the horrible things Amanda has said about people that have gone there. If I meet this Yitz individual and he ends up in a ditch somewhere, it was Amanda and Eric's fault.
Did you
they specifically sent me instructions.
You had to have
things to do to this boy.
He's never met him with me. Anyways, Mike Madonna is coming June 8th.
Wow.
Okay, so he's in Vancouver in May, so I could be a full-blown stalker and just show up again in June.
Yep.
Maybe he wouldn't notice.
Paul says because of the restraining order.
You could go half, but full blown, you can never go full blown. It just doesn't.
What even is this Oilers mascot? Is it like a bobcat? What is this?
It's a lynx.
Oh.
Wait. So before
That's
we
a
go,
why
why is the Oiler mascot a lynx?
That is the dumbest thing I've heard all day. Okay.
It's
Why not
LYNX.
why not just be a cartoon oil guy? Oil rig guy.
They're the Oilers. Why have a lynx? That is the dumbest thing.
The dumbest thing is that we have passes and we're all in Canada. Does anybody else want to put their elbows up and their passes up? Sorry. There we go. Who doesn't have one? Who does not have one?
I took mine off. I put mine on loose enough.
She does a daily. She does a daily
She's
pass.
American. They
She's
took
doing
it
a daily
off.
pass.
No, look.
Name, you got yours?
It's on his wrist right now. It's literally same
There it
thing
is.
with the.
My loose, because I'm American and we're about freedom.
Oh,
Eric is American and he hates freedom. What are you talking about?
I hate you.
No, you hate freedom.
this is how much we miss you.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, Eric, we all know, number one, you hate freedom. Number two, any disdain you have for me is because I represent truth and you also hate truth. Truth and freedom. Man, it's brutal.
Man of peace.
Yep.
Truth. Amanda.
All right. So
if I took a shot every time I heard that today, I'd have alcohol poisoning.
But now you just have regular alcohol poisoning?
Amanda, I can do better. I can do better or worse. Don't test me. Do not test me.
It wasn't a challenge, Carlos.
Yes.
Everything is a challenge if you phrase it correctly, Amanda. Everything's a challenge.
Not a challenge.
So, Name, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Hopefully, you enjoy the rest of your time here on your first ever expo. And not only that, it's an Eric free expo, which honestly makes it 85% better.
Didn't that work out?
Yeah, perfectly. 1,000% better.
Screw
Yes.
this.
Amazing. So name tomorrow.
Enjoy your peace and quiet. Enjoy your show. I hope you can work out that deal with the 2-2, and I hope you stumble upon some other things that interest you while you're there, because I can't imagine making the effort that it takes to get there, other than Bobby and Carlos, obviously, and only going home with like 2 things, 3 things. It's like no. I need to have piles when I get home to say, okay, that trip was awesome. Mm-hmm. So good luck. I hope you're able to bring a truckload home.
Thank you.
Indeed. So name tomorrow, we'll see if we can manage to set it up. We may take a picture that we'll send to Eric. A very respectful picture.
Yeah.
Oh, like the one I got today. Yeah.
I like to aim for at least that level of respect that we're going to give.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're all here to show Eric respect. And that's what he's going to get. Yep. He's going to get so much respect. He's never had this much respect before.
No.
Carlos is a man of peace. I'm a man of kindness.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right. That's right.
That's the kindest middle finger you could get.
The 2 dirty bastards. Look at
them. Oh my God.
Oh, but Eric, they're
when
both
did
smiling.
That happen?
They're both
I don't
smiling.
remember that. Photoshop.
Yeah. I liked your shirt today, Bobby.
Oh, the outer shirt. Yes. It was very summerish.
Yes, it was very California.
Holiday. Yeah, it was. I was trying to dress up for you. It didn't work.
Do you like my shirt?
Also, yeah, you stood out like a sore thumb, brother. I'll tell you that. Right.
Amanda loved my shirt today.
I did also appreciate
that.
Where's
his name? He's right there.
I did also appreciate that with the jersey number, you also had to give the explanation that it's it's like, no, let me tell you, you got to read the name on the back too.
Yeah.
Read the name.
Yeah. It's not Stuart Skinner.
It ain't.
I like Paul's just comment in general.
Just
that's good.
Man, a few words.
Nothing to it. Just flat. You're done.
It's very succinct and to the point.
Okay.
Amanda, thank you for a wonderful dinner, and also like an opportunity to participate in the very influencer in the community enthusiast. Is that what we're going with? A community enthusiast box? That was great.
You didn't pay?
Oh no,
they got 40 cents on our dollar, and they still didn't pay. And you only got eggs.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
She's sitting there eating fine salmon and a niçoise salad and
Well, the thing is, Amanda was getting bored at one point, and I think she bought a minor league hockey team. She had some change or something. Like it was wild.
Yeah,
it was wild.
It's the leftovers, right? Yeah.
She's going to call them the New Hampshire and Dubois. She's just moving them over. Like this is going to happen.
I don't hate that.
We sold a few of the 101s or something. I don't know.
It's crazy.
No, I haven't pulled them yet. I haven't pulled the 101s first.
You haven't pulled them yet. See how she said that?
Like I don't know. Like I've never gotten
I already know what's in these boxes. Wait until you guys see. It's going to be wild.
And the first box was a bad box.
There was a Bernardo Peachy year in there too, wasn't there?
Yeah, but it's paper.
But it's okay when you pull the 1-of-1 Bedard out of it, it'll be fine. And the Gretzky patch auto that randomly is in there for no reason. Again, when she pulls the Gretzky patch auto 1-of-1 from the cup, even though it's in an O-Pee-Chee box, we'll be like, I think the fix is in, guys. I think something's going on.
There is no fix.
Eric, how did that wind up in there? That's wild.
Wait till she's gonna get the Gretzky oil drop from his crest.
Yeah, like in an O-Pee-Chee box.
Yep.
That's the best part. There's no other cards in it. It's just the one card.
It'll
be
a 3-color.
It's been resealed very carefully. Just put that in there. Like
these were just the random number generator gods smiling on me today with this box.
Wild how that works.
Okay.
Wild how that works.
We'll probably eat your words later, but anyways.
We'll see. On that bombshell, thank you, Amanda. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the Burrell, as always. And Eric is here.
Eric. Bandless Eric.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Eric, you've been banned.
That's fine. I'm going to go ride my bike off another cliff tomorrow.
Yeah.
Could you though?
I'm going.
And this time, do it properly. Because if you're back here under your own power, it means you didn't do it right.
No, his friend's named Cliff.
Do better. Anyway, folks, have yourself a good evening. If you are someone who is in the chat who was at Expo or will be at Expo, hopefully you enjoy, or hopefully
Don't stop by and say hi, please.
Yep, stop by and say hello, of course, absolutely, if you see us. But also in the same vein, if you got any questions, comments, or anything, feel free to throw it in the replay because I can always respond to it in a later one. So we'll do that, and then we'll go from there. And like I said, regular stuff, regular schedule will be back starting next week, but we'll figure it out. But we managed to get a live stream on the Friday, so we managed on that. Continued again with Amanda's inspiration. Consistency was maintained.
Yes.
And again, she says, smart ass.
Yeah.
I could not have spoken with more sincerity. Like I was inspired.
Smartass and mean. Wow.
Yeah.
So, Eric, I feel like Amanda's the one being mean over here.
Mean girls.
I'm sitting
Told
here
you,
trying to
they
be a
move.
host, trying to be a man of peace. Nothing. See, Amanda's getting goals, they're kings. It's rigged like, upper deck boxes she's pulling, community enthusiast boxes. It's rigged like that. It's like, and she's still complaining. Eric, when will people be happy? What can we do to make these people happy?
I'm
And
happy.
never happy.
More loaded boxes.
So
That's
it's allegedly.
We'll
It
see.
wasn't loaded. It was
Super loaded.
a good box.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. All right, folks. Have yourself a good one. Take it easy. We'll catch you in the next one.